sending a
Understandable though.
picture and no one can see it apparently.
Can't see it except Andrew because Andrew is from America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a
funny.
capitalistic fuck.
Wow. Okay,
Get out,
guys.
get out of the
Fucking
voice chat. Get
capitalistic
Alright,
fuck.
the fuck out of the voice chat.
You want,
Okay,
but
so
in
my
this
mic
group is
definitely
the only
sounds lower, so
Uh,
I guess I should talk louder or talk closer to my mic.
Deep throat your
Yeah.
mic while you're talking.
no,
just fucking
no, Morris, no, stop.
go
Stop.
in.
Morris, that's kind of hot,
Gina
but
Pig,
okay.
stop.
You know, I said that as a joke, and someone actually got really uncomfortable with it, and they told me to F off, and
What?
I was actually really upset.
Wait, what?
Because I was just messing around, you know? So, I guess the best way to start this off is for each of us to introduce ourselves. So, I'll start since I was talking anyways.
You're
Yeah.
literally the youngest one here. Why would you start
Yeah,
first?
but Doc, I hope you cut this part.
Nah,
and skip
I'm putting this in. This
Yeah.
is good story then.
Alright, so yeah, I'm Andrew. I'm
Hi, Andrew.
the average Asian high school kid in America, and I like games, I like reading.
Games
I
And,
like
for
he's
um,
like average, and then you look at a picture of him and he's like buff as fuck, just like a main character from any typical
Yes,
anime.
my occupation is isekai protagonist. I introduced, so now Doc, and then after that Morris, and then Khan.
Hello, I'm Doc. That's it.
That's it. That's
About yourself.
Hello, I'm Doc.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright, so hello. Hello.
Please,
Um,
please don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
hello.
I'm Morris or Maurice. You can call me whatever you want. Both work. I'm fucking trash, half Arabic, half Jewish. Oh, I watch only trash anime.
We know.
And yeah, that's
Man.
basically it.
That's
Alright.
basically it. Yeah.
Right, our elder is up next.
Alright, Khan.
Come on, Supreme Chancellor Khan.
Come on, Khan.
I am Con. I watch everything under the sun. Thank you very much. Well, thank you for attending my TED talk. Okay.
So this was my TED talk, guys. Let's go.
But okay, yeah, so every week someone will come in with a topic, and then we'll basically talk about it, but nobody else in the group knows about the topic so that we can prevent as much bias as possible when talking about it.
Caca.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, so the
Caca.
topic this week. So, this is the first time, so I actually kind of wanted to do a serious topic, and I have a story for it. So, first topic is gonna be bullying. Hey, bullying. So, bullying, yeah. So,
Yes, bullying.
going to a primarily white school, and me being like one of like what 7 Asians in my entire school, like I get a lot of crap. So not only from teachers, so I get the high expectations of being like the smart student in the class, which is really rough because basically if I get anything less than an A, they look at me and they treat me with disgust.
Because Andrew finished speaking.
Wait, no, I
Your
didn't
turn.
finish.
Hold on.
I only
No,
talked
you-
about
but you
Hold on,
said
I got
something to
surprised
Doc.
too. I got surprised too whenever someone interrupts Andrew. Go.
Jesus Christ.
What the
Okay.
What was that?
Go.
Don't make me pick up the
Go what?
kazoo. Please stand here a little.
Oh my god, Teddy is choking.
Diddy's dying.
She went on me.
Half an hour passed. and
We've
you
been
didn't do
at this for
anything.
half an hour. Oh,
Yeah.
Are you serious?
time to go on topic again.
Please.
Right. So, yeah. So besides teachers, I get a lot of crap from other people too. So it's ironic because we're going through COVID right now, but like right before that happened, like people kept on like pointing at me and they're like, "Oh, yo, you have coronavirus, right? Because you're Chinese." And I was like, "Oh my god."
That is so
my
bad.
God.
Okay.
Oh no, it was more than sad. I would cry about it inside. Like I would be like,
Like,
first
you
off,
clean
I'm
so
not
hard.
Chinese.
You could just be like, yeah, get away from me, I'll cough on you.
I had an art teacher who actually really hated me, and it went to the point where I got in trouble because I called someone a jerk because they were bullying me. Like they straight up,
Wait,
they straight up told me that I was gonna end up in like Africa and I was gonna get a gold.
Wait, what?
No, hold on. Excuse me. Did you say like you're a retard or something like that, or did you actually say jerk?
No, I literally just said stop being a jerk, and then like I got sent literally to my school's dean, and he was like, "Why'd you call that kid a jerk?" And I was like, "Because he was bullying me." And he was like, "Okay, but also your art teacher tells me you never stop talking in class and you never get your work done in class," which is so ironic. He goes, "Guess what are the two things I do in that class? I sit down and don't talk, and I do my work." I had extra projects and I did all of them. The ones that literally nobody
Yeah,
in the class did.
you're Asian.
But I was
Insurance fraud is a real thing. Anyways, we had in middle school, we had like a really crazy art teacher who couldn't stand anyone in the class. And I remember one time someone put like a nail on her chair, and she sat on it.
what? So my
Okay.
dad was like, "Then what do you want to do with your life?" And I was like, I'm really good at
Game.
science, regardless of the fact that I don't want to be a doctor." So
Senku.
he's like, "Okay, but what are you good at?" And then like we took like this quiz thingy at school, and it was supposed to be like an aptitude test for like what you would be interested
Oh
in.
yeah, I had
that's
that as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, we
so
gotta do that
my test said
too.
that
We
I
never
would
did
be
that.
best fit to be a civil engineer. So I've been kind of working at that for like the last like 2 years or
Oh,
so.
what's that?
I really wanted to try to do like graphics for video games, like drawing
Oh yeah, that's really
like
neat.
characters
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah,
everything.
that-
Like with Blender
I
and
really
shit,
wanted
right?
to try that out.
Yeah.
But then I got lazy after I graduated.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been
I mean, you
really
can
hard.
always
Yeah.
that-
Morris, do you have any good
Okay,
ones while we
okay.
wait for
This is
Con,
not
or-
as much interesting, but it's kind of funny.
Yes, ask the privileged kid if he has any bully
Yes, the
stories.
fucking,
Like-
the fucking Keen
That's so
page.
true.
Like, this is not as interesting as it
Teddy,
is.
come on. Usually you don't
funny.
bully me. That's not nice.
Okay.
It is nice. I enjoy this. Yeah, anyways,
Okay, like when I played basketball,
Mhm.
like
Uh,
when I had my jaw, it was stuck. See, like this one.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
God.
no.
What
That's
the
not
hell?
what happened after. That's the beginning. Wait.
Oh,
That's the
oh,
beginning?
That's the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
happened,
God.
it happened like that for like a week.
Oh, there's no
Uh,
interesting
and then,
stories
like-
about me.
We were like, how do you say it in English?
Oh, the locker
Oh,
room?
The locker room, that's
the
it.
locker room, the dressing room.
And
Oh my god.
I got punched. And I just said thank you because he put my jaw back in place.
What the fuck?
What?
Oh, excuse me, Morris, the privileged kid. Give us some of your bullying stories.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you have to have
Um,
some story.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Well, my two best friends are like, again, smart AF because that's the people I go with. And like they're with me in everything. Like we're all like max physics, max mathematics, max English, everything. I'm the easiest target between the three of us, right? Because one of them, he's, how do you say this?
Buff.
He's fat, right? But
Okay. No, it's
You
fine.
could have just
He's
said thick
fat.
bones.
You could have just said fat. I don't know why you hesitated.
but
Yeah, why did you
It's not really
like
an
because
insult.
because I
He's
don't know
like,
how to
you
explain
meant
this.
to be FGT.
Because
No,
it
if
just
you
sounds
said
good
like
to say
something
that.
like, "Oh, he was an obese mother effer," like, yeah, sure, I would have told you to like stop.
The thing is, he is reaching the point where he's overweight, but I'm not gonna get into that. But
Right.
he's fat, so basically he's been bullied all his life. So whatever you say to
Yeah.
him, he's not gonna
For
be.
being
He
fat.
doesn't give a shit. Yeah,
Amazing.
he's been bullied, so I cannot say anything
Dude,
to
that
him
is
because
that
he
is
doesn't
so
care.
respectable. I don't understand how people can deal with
Understandable,
that.
man.
Bro, the other one is just
True,
so
true.
perfect that you cannot diss him. And so I'm like the
Thick skin.
easiest target. Yeah, like I don't get bullied. I never been bullied. I've always been,
Fuck you.
as you guys say, the privileged
Oh,
kid.
it's so cool.
Now you just suffer.
No, now
I
you're getting bullied.
I suffer from school and from like the goals I've set to myself. Yes, it's very fun.
Right. So you focus on actual work.
I don't do work at home. I do, but I don't. If I have something that I need to do, if I have like 7 things, I'm like, okay, the deadline is tomorrow 7 p.m. All right. So at 5 p.m. I'll start doing everything.
And you don't do
And
it.
by
So you're
7
masterclass
And no,
procrastinator.
and by 7 p.m. everything's handed in. I'm like full A's. I'm good.
Bro.
I've always had a hard time in school. When I met my dad, a lot of things kind of went downhill, like my grades and everything,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I
home
can
life.
relate.
Right.
Can
Yeah.
relate.
And
Everyone has
so
that.
it was, yeah, it was really, really hard. And in middle school, I was doing just fine. Like I got my homework done, I got good grades, and then when I hit high school, I kind of went downhill.
Oh, the
and I
transition.
stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
happens to
transition,
everyone,
and
though,
also
like-
the transition and also like how my
Oh.
family life was at home, it was kind of
Yeah.
difficult to do any
Right,
schoolwork.
home life was rough.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it was.
Yeah.
Andrew,
For
shut the
me,
fuck
it
up.
was the opposite. I really struggled in middle school because like the transition from elementary was really
Yeah.
hard for me because it was like you were used
It
to
was
like,
hard
having
for me.
everything literally spoon fed for you, and then like it alleviated a little bit, and now in high school it's like kind of like on the tip.
So basically, we had like 3 middle schools in my hometown.
Yeah.
Right, I went to the shittiest one, obviously, because why not?
Of course.
Okay. So like every
Right.
single
Mhm.
school hated each other, and like all of the schools
Really?
kind of
Nice.
yeah, and those
Just
schools
like the
were-
countries there.
funny,
Amazing.
and all the schools were also kind of connected to the
Yeah.
high schools or like colleges. You know, that they're like joined together, and those hated each other
Mm.
as well. So like imagine one day going outside on like on a break, like 15-minute breaks
Yeah.
we usually get.
Yeah.
And then just seeing like a fucking swarm of people just staring at each other across the street. Apparently, one school just prepped itself. Like they came prepared with like bats and fucking knuckle braces and shit.
What the?
And they decided to fight our school.
Nice.
And like they were prepared to go in. Like dude, I backed out because I was now having another bump on my head. So like I backed out to
Bro.
fight like real quick. And they were about to go at it, and then the police suddenly came. And then everyone just kind of poofed. Yeah, everyone just kind of.
Bro, I grew up in a shitty place and I never had something similar. I
Listen,
kind of did,
listen,
but never had
listen.
something that close to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eddie.
Right,
So-
I'll find my story and then.
When I was in middle school,
Mm-hmm.
we moved to a trailer court, and most of the
Oh.
trailer court, of course, the diversity was like of like Hispanics and Asian kids and everything.
Oh,
There's
so
like
there
a
was
few white kids
variety?
that live there. Yeah, there was a variety for
It's a
some
fruit
reason.
mix.
Holy
And
shit!
there's normally not. And there was like a park, like kind of like not in the center of the trailer court, but it was kind of off the side, and there was a big field
Mhm.
where like a lot of me and like some of my friends that I made in the trailer court, we would go there and play basketball.
Oh, that's
And a
nice.
lot of like the Asian kids would be playing soccer in the field because they put up their nets and stuff. But there was just always this one old guy. He
Oh,
lived
no.
by the park. This
Oh,
old guy. He had a cart, like a golf cart, and
Was
he
it
would
a
park
white
it in
man?
his. And he would park it in the back of his yard,
Oh no.
and we would always. Being the idiot little middle schooler kids we were, we would always try to take his golf cart. And,
Oh, I thought the
'Cause
story
he
was going
didn't
in a
have a-
complete different direction.
well, he would always get pissed at us. I don't know why. He just never liked any of us at all. We would try to be nice
Maybe
to
because you
him,
tried
and
to
he'd tell us to
steal
fuck
his
off.
golf cart.
And well, anyway, this was way before we decided to do that. Well, we wanted
Maybe.
his golf cart
I mean, who wouldn't
Why
want a
did
golf
you want
cart?
the
we
golf
wanted
cart?
his golf cart
Who wouldn't want that? Like,
because we wanted to drive it around. So remember, he caught us, and we ran to the park, and we were like mocking him a little bit. Well, then he came out, got into his golf cart, and he tried to run us all over. He would chase us around the park, and he would scream at us to go back to your countries, this and that. And then he would the Asian kids had nothing to do with this. And I remember one day we were playing basketball, and he kind of went around the basketball court, and he started charging at the poor little Asian kids down on the soccer field. And he chased them around, and they'd scream at him to tell him to stop, and he'd be laughing really maniacally, and he would try to run them over.
I'm
Well,
just.
he was a racist old dude. He was really bad.
Holy shit, dude.
He would chase us
I'm
around,
just imagining.
and I remember.
You know in Deadpool. In Deadpool, when he tried to
Yeah.
run over someone on the ice field, on the hockey field.
Yeah.
Just
Yo,
imagine
that's
that.
fucking hilarious.
I'm imagining that scene.
Transition time. Everybody do what you need to do. Transition time.
First of all, I'm allowed to say that because I'm both Jewish and Arabic.
Wait,
yeah, he's
cut me
right,
the
he's
bullshit. You're allowed to say that.
He is too powerful to be
I'm
left
allowed.
alive.
I am,
So it's
I am
okay
one
to
of-
be racist if you're of that race.
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, basically.
What
yeah.
that's
So
the law.
basically, I have the ultimate card here because I'm both Jewish and Arabic. I can be
That's-
racist towards both,
that's
and nobody
very
can say
true.
shit.
That's such a bad take. Holy
No,
crap.
it's not, no, he's right. He's right.
He's right though.
No, I
Terrible
am correct.
thing. All of
I am
you.
correct.
No, what he's saying
Okay,
makes sense.
like a lot of my friends like make Holocaust jokes because like when you tell a Holocaust joke out loud, like mid I don't know, fucking literature class,
Oh, no.
right? And like,
Oh
In a
my
Jewish
god,
class.
no! Why
Yeah,
would you
you do
ever do that?
I don't
In
do
a
that. My
Jewish
Everyone
friends
knows
do
that
that.
English
The
teachers
Jewish-
are stereotyped to be like those like.
No, she's not
friendly-
an English. When I say literature, I meant Hebrew literature.
Oh,
Right?
well,
Oh,
I
But
know
my-
nothing
my
about
English-
Hebrew.
My English teacher is no better. My English teacher is even like worse. But no, everybody makes Holocaust jokes, and my Arabic friends they don't, but I'm kind of allowed to, right?
Since you don't
And, like,
count as both.
If I make a Holocaust joke, my friends are gonna laugh, and they're not gonna be like they're not gonna judge me or anything, because technically I'm a Jew.
Alf Jew.
What the fuck?
Hey,
Right.
yeah, you're like Ichigo. You're everything.
That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did you just compare him to Ichigo?
He's Ichigo, dude.
Shut the fuck up, he's not Ichigo.
He's Ichigo.
All right.
If he's
I'll make
Ichigo, I'm like Sakamoto or something. Like,
I'll
some...
make this
He's the
easier.
Naruto Ichigo.
I am the bridge between two worlds. I'm the Avatar.
Oh my god, he's the motherfucking avatar.
Need to do transition time, transition time. Everybody do what you need to do. Transition time, transition time.
Over here, if you didn't finish math, you didn't finish school. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it's a required credit here too. But for us, since for high school, we started in 8th grade. Our 12th grade year, we can take if we want another thing of math for like college, but you didn't have
Right.
to. So like
Right.
my senior year was pretty laid back, but I kind of missed some stuff in my last couple years, so I had to like make up the credits for it.
That must
But
have been hell.
oh, it sucked because they would sit there and toy with me literally, because we had the high school and then we had an alternative school that you could go to if you're missing like credits for graduation.
Whoa.
Well, like my last couple months of high school, I had to earn some credits that I missed in my 11th grade. Well, they told me in like March, because I graduated in May, they told
What
me
the
in March
hell?
that
So they told you
Yeah.
literally last minute, like, hey, you have credits that you need to complete.
Well, they told me at the beginning of the year, but I was working on credits throughout like my year, and there were some credits that I missed, and they told me kind of like in January, I believe. Well, they put me, what we have here is credit recovery, where we go after school for like a couple hours and try to make up our credit. Well, my senior year, since I didn't really need a whole lot of stuff to graduate, since I pretty much completed some stuff besides like some classes that I missed that I
Right.
stated earlier. Well, my teacher that I had for government, the way he graded was we would take a test on like certain branches that we were learning that like we needed, like that was required for us. And he would grade it. He graded his stuff
Mhm.
way differently, and I wish other teachers did that. But he would grade them by like 1 to 5. And say that I
5
took
assistant.
the legislative branch and I got a
Okay.
3 on it. Well, he said when we take a different, like when we start doing like a different branch, we would take the test off that, and we would take like some questions out from the last test, and he would put it in there. And if we got a good grade on both of the tests, he would up like the test that I did take. Like I took the
Mhm.
legislative branch test already,
Right.
and I did good on other. He would up, like he would put that 3 up to a 5, and then he would keep going until like you can take that test as much as you want to up your grade.
Bruh.
Like kind of like how Morris said, you can retake tests. Well, that's how he did his system. So I did a really, really good job in his
I'm
class.
talking
because he
about
would sit-
finals though.
No, that was finals, like our exam
Oh, okay.
tests. He would have us he let us retake them if we felt like we didn't pass it or we didn't do a good job.
See, that's
And
just
he
stupid.
was-
Whoa, that's
he was-
crazy.
He was so understanding because we were seniors, so he wanted us to graduate. And he
Huh.
did everything in his power to make sure we
Yeah,
could pass
like
this
what kind of teacher wants to go to summer school to teach more students?
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
especially
he,
since you're graduating, it's like you don't want to go back. Like nobody wants
Right.
to deal with that.
And he was such an awesome teacher to have, and he would have us like do it because we mainly had Chromebooks at our school because we
Right.
did most of our stuff online, and we would take our tests. We could take it on the Chromebook if we thought it was easier. We could take a paper test if that's what we thought. Or he would go through the questions with us and we would answer them to him. And he would mark it, like what we said. And if we did say what the question like asked or whatever. Like, I loved his way of teaching too, because he would stop and see if you had questions. He would go around, walk around, and ask if like you needed like help or anything. It wasn't like he gave you the lesson and just
Goodbye,
sat down
figure
and
things out for yourself.
See, he was the only teacher that did that, and I was really, really happy that I had him for my senior year because he helped me out a lot with his class and other classes. Like, he would talk to other teachers and he would help me, and if I needed to like make up credits, he would let me make up credits in his class.
Yeah.
He was the best teacher to have.
An outro line.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all fairly good.
So we were
kinda
a
just have
bunch
to go
of people
along.
talking, and now we're done. I don't know.
No. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do this since you're all fucking retards.
That's mean.
Fuck you, Morris.
Okay. No. Both of you sit. Doc
We
and
can just
Con.
mute them.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Doc and Con, sit. Back.
Holy crap!
Dogs, Jesus.
Sit.
Morris, some people might find that like really, you know what I'm saying?
I don't care. Right? So
We should kind of
guys,
like
guys.
All
be a
right.
little more serious.
Alright, guys. So, could you not? Andrew goes by Andrew.
Yeah, I
go
go by
by
Andrew.
Morris or Marie. Doc goes by Doc. Con goes by Con, and Teddy goes by Teddy. That's how.
Yay!
Yay! Wow, we're so functional.
See you next week, y'all.
No,
You gotta hit it with a see you next week.
but that's not what I was. No,
We
that's not
really
what
need
I
to
was
get
about
this in
say.
order if we
I
really
was
want to do
about to
this.
say. I was about to say thank you, Andrew, for choosing this topic. Right?
Yes.
It was an interesting topic. We had fun talking about it. I had fun. I don't know if you guys did.
Same.
Right?
Yes.
Definitely.
We learned a lot of things about each other,
Yes.
and honestly, that's pretty fun.
That was great.
And again, thank you, Andrew, for choosing that topic.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, next week.
And now
Yay!
for the collage.
Yay!
All right.